It's not mine.
One more time. Just one more time. Say it one more time. Just one more time. Say it one more time. Just one more time. Say it one more time. Just one more time. Say it one more time. Just one more time. Say it one more time. Just one more time.
Greetings, Olsen U. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good night, depending on what time you're watching this video. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Mr. Chef's Cooking Show. Today, we are filming this on March 14th. As a math teacher, I'm supposed to celebrate this day as Pi Day, 3.14159. There's some people who can go more than that. I have the first 5 decimal places memorized. Did you know that it takes, I think, the first 32 digits of pi is what you need to see all 10 digits from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need to see the first 32 digits of pi to see all the digits. Random fact. We're gonna make, in honor of Pi Day, we're gonna be doing kind of a pie. We're gonna make a quiche. So we're gonna make a pie crust, and for that I have 2.5 cups of flour. And I'm going to add butter to that. And I've already pre-diced my butter. I keep this is 2 sticks of butter that I've already pre-diced into like 1/4-inch cubes, you know. And I'm going to add that all to my. I keep it cold because I don't want it to really melt. I want it to stay very firm. And I'm going to add my water as well. And some salt. I got about a teaspoon of salt here. I'm going to add my water as well. I keep my water, it's very cold. It's about 5 or 6 teaspoons, but I'm not going to add that just yet. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this in there and get everything mixed up there. And then what I'm going to do, take my pastry cutter, one of these guys, and just start to work that butter into the flour. So one of the techniques that I'm doing here is I use the pastry cutter to kind of break down the butter even a little bit more. But I've got these little pieces of butter, and what I'm doing is essentially really kind of breaking it into little flakes of butter. So you can just. As Julia Child would say, you really need impeccably clean hands for this particular job. All right, so we're almost done kind of like working in our butter to our flour. At this point, I'm going to put the water in to kind of help make a dough ball. Now, this doesn't need to be like a pasta dough where it's really clean and really smooth. It can be a little shaggy. You can see here the butter's been really worked into the flour, or vice versa. But I have my cold water here. It's very important for it to be cold because we don't want to melt any of the butter. I'm just going to bring that in. It's about 5 or 6 tablespoons. I'm just going to work it into the flour butter combo. Salt, butter, flour, salt combo. And I'm just going to. And it's going to be really loose. It's going to be really loose. That's fine. You can see here, it's not completely smooth, but it's not too shaggy either. This is about the consistency you're looking for. And what I'm going to do now, it's very important to let this dough rest. About 30 minutes. You can probably rest it longer, but at least 30 minutes in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up in a plastic wrap, and I'm going to pop it in the fridge. And we'll be back in about a half hour to let you see how the next step here for our quiche. All right, so we're making a chicken, broccoli, vegetable quiche. And so the first thing we're gonna do is I got some chicken thighs diced up. I'm gonna put them on our burner here. Put a little olive oil in the pan, why not? Then I'm gonna plop my chicken in here. There's a lot of moisture in this chicken right now. One thing I am gonna do. There's also a lot of. I'm using chicken thighs, and so one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Not a lot of water in there. There we go. I'm gonna put some water in there as well to get that, because I want a lot of the fat to kind of render out. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna slowly bring the temp up here so that a lot of the fat renders out, and then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our dough, which has been chilling for about it's actually been about more like an hour. But I'm gonna split this in two. I'm gonna roll it out, and then we're gonna use our pie pan with it. We have a kind of a cool pie plate we can use here. So stick with us. Thanks a lot. All right, so I've got my dough taken in half here. I'm gonna flour my counter space here. I'm gonna flour my roll here. It's really cold here, so it's gonna take a little bit of effort to you want a nice thick crust there. All right, so hey, we got our crust down. Let's go take a look at our chicken here. Here we go. Here we go. We are just cooking some chicken here. Ooh, doesn't that look nice? Well, that's cooking here. The next thing we do have our vegetables here. These are just frozen vegetables that I got. A nice little stir fry mix. The next thing we're going to start to work on is our eggs, so stick with us for that. All right, so we've got our dough in our pan here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do what they call a blind bake, and so we do this quite often here at Tabasco headquarters. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our foil here, and we are going to basically, we're going to bake this without any filling in it. What I like to do is just kind of really make sure all the corners are taken care of. And what this starts to cook the dough. To kind of help shape it and harden it a little bit before we put our filling in there. We've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna place this in there for about, 15 or 20 minutes. And so we'll see in about 15 or 20 minutes after our blind bake is complete. Okay, so our blind bake is just about done here. We've cooked it for about 15 or 20 minutes here. The timer's just about to go off. There's the timer right there. And I'm gonna pull our crust out. And it's been partially baked, of course, through our blind bake situation here. The next thing I want to start to worry about is our, this is a quiche, so we're going to be working with some eggs here, okay? And I've got some eggs right here that we're gonna work with. I always crack them on a flat surface. It's a Jacques Pepin technique, actually. There we go. Well, you don't get any contaminants in the eggs here. So now we're gonna. I've got a big whisk here and a big bowl here for this very purpose. All right, so we've whipped up our eggs. Hey, so we've whipped up our eggs, and now we're gonna start to make our quiche here. All right, so we got our. Okay. Cut. All right, so we're gonna make a chicken slash little vegetable quiche mix. So I got some chicken here that I've already cooked up here. These thighs here. I'll put that in our little pie here. I've got some frozen vegetables that I got a broccoli stir fry mix. And I probably should put a little bit of salt in there. I'll stir that up and not too bad. No, just kidding. We're not gonna get that intense again, folks. But then, what we will do. Got mozzarella and some cheddar here. So let's do that. And one thing I like to do when I'm baking is run this the hard way. I'll put it on a little tray here. Ooh, that tray is still very hot, I will say. But we're gonna put this in here. Oh. And see you back in probably about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes or so. Who knows? All right, so it's been about 25, 30 minutes here. You can see here the quiche is looking pretty good. We're gonna pull it out. See what's going on here. Oh, look at that sucker. Oh, that looks beautiful. Doesn't that look nice? All this really common ingredients you can just find. Nothing special really here. I'll show you something really. Here's a cool. When you have a pie plate like this, one thing I like to do is take a bowl, and we call it that's inversion right there. Invert it. Pick this up, and slowly you're gonna release your quiche, and we'll come back in about, we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes or so, and then after that we're gonna just slice in and enjoy our beautifully constructed quiche. All right, so let's see what we got here. We're gonna cut a piece of our quiche here. All right, join me over here, please. Let's see how this tastes. I'll tell you right now, that's the best quiche I've ever had in my entire life. Wow, what a delicious recipe. I hope you can make it sometime. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe to the video so you can know when if there's a new release of the Mr. Sam's Cooking Show. Leave a comment if you'd like, and Happy cooking.